Hello and welcome to the eWAY Partner Portal demonstration for developers. Today I will be taking you through all the fabulous features within the eWAY Partner Portal. I will show you how to create a partner account, how to update your company details so that you appear on our directory listing for developers, how to refer a client to us and then track the status of that client during the setup process, how to produce co-branded product sheets that you can then send on to your clients, and then I'll run you through very quickly our fantastic API Resource Center and how you create a user within our sandbox environment and how you can access and use the API key. So before we get started, we need to go to eway.com.au, which is on the screen now. And from there, we need to click on the Developers tab. Once in there, you'll see a little box that says Partner Sign Up. We just need to click on that. And this is a really easy form to complete. You'll see there's very few details required. The first thing is to select who you are, a developer, merchant, or a shopping cart. And obviously for today's webinar, I'm going to be a developer, or rather my colleague, McLean, is going to be a developer and complete these details for me. So all the boxes in then are highlighted there in red. That means every single one of those needs completing. So we'll just go through those now very quickly. You will hear some pauses throughout this webinar today. That's because I'm trying to keep up with the same pace that my colleague here is typing away. When you get down to password here, you just need to remember some rules on the password: a minimum of 1 uppercase, minimum of 1 lowercase, and a minimum of 1 numerical digit. So once that's all completed, we can then scroll down and hit the Create Account button at the bottom. This will then take you to a home page for the partner portal itself. And this portal holds a wealth of information and tools for you to use. And you'll see all the tabs across the top when the page actually opens. And that should open for us very shortly. Okay, here we go. Just some quick useful info on here in terms of how you can get in touch with us if you have any questions after today. There's a dedicated phone number at the top there, 1-800-998-538. That goes through to the partner team. If you don't have time to call and just want to type away and chat with us, you can use our live chat facility in the bottom right-hand corner. And McLean's just going to log into this chat now and send through an email to one of the team. And this will get picked up pretty much within seconds by one of our fantastic team in Canberra. So I'm a developer, that's what McLean's going to select there, seeking assistance. Start the chat and it should tell you where you are in the queue, and then somebody will respond pretty quickly. There we go. Thank you very much, Ray. He's come back straight away. So you can then start conversation going and ask questions, and I just find this is a really useful tool, and it's a live chat with a human being at the end of it typing back to you, and you get to see a photo of our customer care agent there that's helping you. So that's just some basics from the homepage within the partner portal. Now let's get on to actually updating our profile. So this is for you to be able to appear then on our directory listing. So we'll take you to the profile button at the top right hand corner. And again, this opens up a very simple form for you to complete. And it's information about your company. It will have populated some things already because you've just signed up to a partner account, so it's just a few boxes to fill in, and again, anything that's in red there needs completing. So whilst McLean's typing that away, you'll see as we go down here there is a section called Listing Details. It's really key that you actually complete this information and give us an overview of your company. The reason why is that eWAY uses Google search, so the information you put in here will boost your Google ranking. So it's really important that you complete this. This is great advertising for you and free advertising for you as a business. So McLean will just type something in there for us, just to give you an example. And you can put additional info, etc. in there as well. You'll also need to select at least one of the services that's listed there on this form as well, and a couple of these supported programming languages as well. So we'll just select some of those. And then at the bottom of the page there's a notes section. Now, this doesn't appear on our listing, but it's a great way of you to ask us questions again, just another way of you providing us more information about your business maybe that you don't necessarily want advertised but you want us to know, or any questions that you might have as well. Another way that you can chat to us, and that will go through to the partner team, and the partner team will respond to anything you put in here if you ask a question. So now we've updated our profile, we've set up an account, and now you're working with a client that needs an eWAY solution, so you will want to refer that client to us. So what we need to go into next is Add Client, and that's the first tab that you will see on there. So we'll click on Add Client. And another form. I know it sounds like a lot of forms, but these forms are really, really simple to complete, and as you see here, it's just a handful of information that we actually need. But what I would stress is the more information the better when you're providing us information about a client, because one of our success manager team will actually call the client and get the ball rolling in terms of setting them up with an eWAY payment solution. So we'll just complete these. Again, it's all the red boxes. You will notice that website isn't required, but if you can provide a website up front, an address for us, that does help us as well. So we'll just enter a website in there, please. Thank you very much, McLean. And just one thing to note is make sure that you click the right state. What we don't want to do is start off on the wrong foot with your client, and if they're in Western Australia and we're in ACT and then we call them in the middle of the night, that's not going to go down too well. So just be careful that you're selecting the correct state there. And the comment section, great for you to put in there a preferred time that you might want us to call them, or possibly information about when their website will be up and running. So that kind of information, again, the more information you can provide, the better for us here. Thank you, McLean. Apologies for the delay there. We're just getting some information in there. There is a bit of a lag between what I'm saying and then what McLean's typing away here. This is a live demonstration. No editing allowed. Okay, so we create the client. That's done now. We've referred a client through to us. So now you want to be able to go back and maybe look up your clients and see where they are in the whole setup process with eWAY. This is really simple to do. If we scroll back to the top of the screen here, you will see Clients tab. If you click on the Clients tab, this will open up into a full spreadsheet detailing the status of every single client that you've referred to us. So you can see on here that you've got completed applications, cancelled applications, in progress applications, and look, there we go. That's the one that McLean's just put in there under the demo for us. And straight away, it already allocates a dedicated success manager. Now this success manager will be the success manager that looks after that relationship for the lifetime that your client is a customer with us. So we're going to view the details there. Thank you. And this will open up into a new box, a new screen, that will show you more information about that particular client you referred to us. So you can see here all the information regarding the success manager has been allocated, the progress, so we're yet to contact, we only just sent it through, but invariably we will contact your client within 3 minutes of you sending that information to us. Our team are super quick at getting in touch with people. Another way again for you to track and ask questions about the status of this particular client. So if you send a message to us here, then this will go through both to Joel, the success manager for the client, but it also goes through to your dedicated partner manager with our partner team eWAY as well. So feel free to put any questions here you might want to ask. Have you contacted my client? What was the response? Is there anything they weren't unsure of? Just so that you know, it's just a great way of building a better relationship with your client, both for us building that relationship and for you as well. Okay, thank you, McLean. And that's it. Send a message. It's really easy. Everything is easy within this site. So I mentioned I was going to show you how to send out a co-branded product sheet to some of your clients. So you'll see a tab on the far right there that says product sheets. So we'll click on the product sheet tab. There we go. And this is a great tool. It just saves you having to write stuff. So first thing you want to do is make sure your logo appears on that letter or information you're sending out. So if we click on Browse, you then look up your company logo. And for purposes of this, I'm just going to use SMS Boss here. And then we'll click the Upload button and upload that so that it definitely appears on any product sheets that we are producing. So we click on Upload. And if by magic, there you go, it appears. Next, we need to select the product that you want to tell your client about. So click on the drop box there. Today, I'm going to talk about Rapid 3.0. We will soon have Rapid 3.1 on there. It hasn't been put into here yet. That is coming soon. So we'll click on Rapid 3.0 and then we'll click Generate Product Sheet. And as if by magic again, a wonderful product sheet appears with all your information in and everything about Rapid 3.0. So we'll just click on that there. Here you go. It's fantastic. All the information, your logo in the top right, you've not had to write anything, you look like it. And if we scroll right down, you'll see all the information, and right at the bottom there, you'll see eWAY Partner Demo, which is the account we've just set up. So your details appear as an official eWAY partner as well. Okay, I'm just going to pause on there for 1 second so I don't lose this screen. So that's the product sheet. So the next section I'm going to take you into is actually the Resource Center, and we'll navigate through the Resource Center. There is a lot of information here, and it tends to be, I guess, the favorite section of the Partner Portal for developers. It's got all your sandbox testing, it's got all your API codes and everything else in there. So it's a great tool. So we'll start working through that and going through all the features and benefits of that. Okay, so we'll just come out of this PDF here. We'll just go back up to the menus and we'll click on Resources. Fabulous. Okay, here you'll find everything you can do with our API, features and benefits, sample code, shopping cart modules, etc., to make integration all that easier. By default, I've just selected Rapid 3.1 here, so you will see MasterPass, PayPal, supported integration methods, etc. And on the right-hand side, you'll see our sample PHP code, and you'll see a list of our shopping cart modules as well. Now, you will see a number of modules for each of those shopping carts, the reason being that one is a transparent redirect for enhanced PCI compliance, and the other is our responsive share page, which takes away the worry of that PCI compliance for you. So again, just highlighting what we have there. We've got other tabs within here as well, within the resources, and we'll scroll back up and show you some of the other tabs and useful information that we hold in this area. If we can just scroll up, McLean, thank you. You can see all the tabs along there, all the products within our API, but also you'll see guides and docs. So we'll just quickly click on guides and docs. And there's some great information in here as well. And you will see there's information on the eWAY response codes, how to generate live API, and some useful scripts as well, things like stop double clicks, so stopping double payments from going through on a website that you're building. That's a really useful one as well. And then some logos and banners in there, so the eWAY site seal is in there as well. Okay, so within this Resources Center as well, you'll also find the sandbox and testing. And that's the last thing that we'll talk about today is the sandbox and testing. So we'll click on that shortly. We're just going to take you through, to sample code first. And here is a list of all the sample codes. I forgot to mention that, apologies. Thank you for reminding me, McLean, there. And now we'll move on to sandbox and testing. Okay, so if we can just click on sandbox and testing. Thank you. Okay. So left-hand side, you'll see your sandbox details. How quickly did that come up? You'll need this URL here to open up a new tab, put this URL in, and you'll need the username as well to log into. And you will see that it's your email address plus .sand at the end there. So we'll open up a new tab. We'll use that username, and the password to use is the same one that you used to set up your partner account originally, and we'll just click on login. Okay, so this is the home page of the Sandbox environment, and this banner at the top here, this changes quite a lot in terms of what we put in here in terms of information. So you'll see information on our new products, whether that be Rapid 3.1, or I think a few months ago it was our new IVR, and things like that. And the merchant gets access obviously to this kind of environment as well for them to see all their transactions. So they'll see different messages appear in that box. But for today, we want to show you how you set up users and get access to your API. So to do that, we need to click on My Account. From there, we then click on User Security. Now, partners and merchants are able to create additional users. Now, I won't go into the standard create user because that creates just a bog standard user with limited permissions. Instead, first of all, the recommended way is to go into Manage Roles. So we click on Manage Roles, and we're going to create a new security role. I'm going to call it API today, and click Create a New Role. This will then give you two different roles you'll see here. One is default, and one is API, the one we've just created. Now, the default one has limited permissions in there. If I just show you here, if I try to edit it, you'll see there's no permissions in there. But if you go into the API one that we've just created, you'll see a whole load of permissions. And it's from here that you can get access to your API key and such. So once we've actually created these roles and security roles and permissions, we now need to create a user with these roles. So we go into Create User, and we create a username. Now I'm going to put API user in here because it's simple to remember. It's a good one for you guys to use. Email address isn't so important, but password is, because this is obviously for the transactional side of this. Don't forget that the security role is API that we just created just a moment ago. Once you've completed all those details and the password, this is a new password different to the partner portal one you had. Create a new password, confirm it, and create user. Now remember this password as well. Okay, now we want to be able to get hold of our API key. Well, that's really simple. Click on Actions on the left-hand side there. Click on View API Key, and you will see it pop up. And if you triple click on this so that you can copy it for later, click on OK. Open up a notepad and copy it into there. Okay, so you're going to add this API key into there. It should appear a paste, thank you. Then you need to add a colon, and then the password that you just used to create the user. Then you take that stream-based64 and you code it, and that's your basic authentication for accessing the Rapid API. As simple as that. So you can see this portal is really easy for you to use. Really easy for you to set those user roles and creating those users and accessing that API key. And that's what we're all about at eWAY, is making sure everything is easy, whether it's for the merchant or you integrating with us. And that concludes the demonstration for today. That's everything to show you. If you do need to get in touch with us, then as I mentioned before, the number is 1-800-99-85-38. Alternatively, you can email us at partners@eway.com.au. Or we'd love to hear feedback, so get in touch with us by our social links here on LinkedIn or Twitter. And our handle for that is @eway_partners. Alternatively, you'll still see in the bottom right-hand corner, Chat Now with eWAY, so you can click on there. And apologies for my Skype message that's just appeared on the screen there. So that concludes today's very short demonstration on how to use the Partner Portal for developers. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for watching.